Good morning. This is Dylan Jovine with Behind the Markets. Happy Monday. Today is Monday, June 2nd, our first business day of June, our first working day of June. And if you own your own business, at the beginning of the month, it's like you got to start pushing that boulder back up the hill again. And then by the end of the month, it just comes back down. And then again, beginning of the month, you got to start pushing it up. And on it goes. Boy, I hate telling that to young people. You can see the life drain from their eye. Anyway, today I'd like to talk about a topic that has blown through my friend group like a wildfire, a brush fire, which is basically, the big question is, has Musk broken with Trump? And the reason this has went through our friend group so much, we've been debating it and everybody's been texting and talking about it on social media, is Musk was interviewed and he said basically he's disappointed with the House budget, with what looks like is going to become the Trump budget bill that's passed. And he said, I'm not happy with certain aspects of it. I'm disappointed. He said, quote, I think a bill can be big or it could be beautiful, but I don't know if it could be both. I was disappointed to see the massive spending bill, frankly, which increases the budget deficit, not just decrease it, and undermines the work the Doge team is doing. Those are serious words. Very serious words, actually. Yeah, so was I. So am I. Remember something, folks. We're not talking about the trade deficit, which is the amount of money owed with other countries. We're talking about the budget deficit, which is what I've been talking about here seriously for a very long time. We right now spend $1.5 trillion to $2 trillion more than we take in tax revenue. And we have to go out to the bond market to borrow this money, which increases our debt. Now, basically, Trump's budget that's gone through the House and is at the Senate right now adds to that. Another $300 billion a year. So we're talking up to $2.3 trillion a year. Wow. President Trump in his first term added $7.4 trillion in debt. Biden added $7.2 trillion in debt. If this budget passes, that could be another $8 trillion in debt. That would be $22 trillion in debt added since 2016. That is 59% of all debt ever since we started as a country. And I really got behind Musk and Doge. Cutting spending is a big deal, as Musk has said it many times in press conferences with the president, without the president. If we don't cut spending, we're going to have a financial crisis. I have been saying the same thing. Dozens, countless smart people have been saying the same thing. Think about it. Right now, we're paying $1 trillion a year in interest. By the end of President Trump's term, it'll be $1.4 trillion. Wow, $1.4 trillion. And nobody's lending us money long-term anymore. They're lending us money short-term, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. So basically, imagine China attacked us right now, and we needed to rush out and raise bonds, money. All of a sudden, our creditors would have us by the short and curlies. They would be able to say to us, you cut us great trade deals to get into your markets, or we're not lending you money to fight this war. It is not a good situation we find ourselves in. It is why I am also disappointed. What we hoped was that the president, given this kind of generational opportunity where he has the Republicans locked in, to actually make reform on Social Security and Medicare. Not people who are retirement age, but people who are basically my age. Because there's no way I'm going to get to retire until I'm at least 70. So people who are retired, anybody born from 1950 to 1970, you guys are locked in. My generation is going to take a real big hit. The question is, who has the courage, which one of our leaders has the courage to do this? Actually, ironically, President Barack Obama was the last guy who tried to get a deal done, but the Republicans balked, believe it or not. President Barack Obama. Anyway, on this topic. So these things have to be reformed. So basically what Musk is saying here is that the president kicked the can down the road, which increases the likelihood of a financial crisis. It is like right now, we're borrowing money from the mafia and we have to pay a vig every week. Instead of a long-term 30-year loan, the loans are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So basically, the credit markets are just lending us money short term now. And the next crisis we have, somebody's going to have to bail us out. And it's not going to look like you think it'll look. It's going to look like a secret deal. Remember after Germany lost World War II? You remember all the rocket scientists and technology got taken to the United States and some of it got taken to the Soviet Union? Imagine a deal where we're in a pinch for money and we could either pay 15% interest rates, which means we would have to print so much money it wouldn't mean anything. We'd have an inflation spike. I'm talking about pre-war World War II, Weimar Republic inflation spike, or a big lender, Japan, Europe, China, says, we want access to all your foundational research and we'll lend you this money. You never want to be in a situation in life or as a country where you're beholden to your creditors, because that's when they got you. So yes, I agree with Elon Musk. I am also disappointed. It's a shame. Anyway, that's all I have for this Monday. I'll see you tomorrow.